Hey y'all, welcome to the Ewing family channel. My name is Bree, and as you can see by the title, I'm going to talk about how I'm no longer pursuing trying to find my paternal family. So if you're new to the channel, hi, hello, thank y'all for 27,000 subscribers. I can't believe like we're like still growing even though stuff has been slowed down. But anyways, I'm gonna cut through all the fluff and go straight to the point, right? If you are new, you can check out the playlist that I made, Finding Latoya's Paternal Family, and there's a few videos out there where I'm expressing how I feel, giving a little background about, you know, me trying to find my biological father and my paternal family. So if you are new, go ahead and check that out either before or after you see this video. And for all the people who are kind of tuned in, you're probably like, what? So, all right, y'all. It was kind of like a hard decision for me to make. But I feel like there were kind of signs, you know. Just a recap, y'all know I've been trying to find my biological father pretty much my whole life, and the only thing that I have attached to the said person are some dog tags from when this person was in the military. And now, like, I reached out to someone on Facebook who is the son of that person, and you know, we've been in contact ever since I've been in the military. I have met this son before, and you know, we've been in contact ever since, but it just seems like maybe like not me forcing it, because he too was on board with trying to figure out if like we're related or not. But it just seemed like every time it came to that point to do the siblingship test, because the individual in question is no longer here, every time it came to that point, it was just like either there was something on our end financially that kind of prevented us, or something on his end. And the last video that I did in this journey, the individual, the son, was here in Houston, and it was kind of hard trying to link up with him. And you know, I remember saying in that video, I haven't even watched it to recap, but I do remember saying that I think I have to be okay with not knowing. And it has come to that point where I have made the decision that I'm not gonna search anymore. And what led to that was when 2023 started, so literally like a couple months ago, so in January, we're in the middle of March. So in January, I was in the living room with Dee, and I said, you know, I hope this year I can find out if I'm related to this person I've been in contact with all these years. And Demarcus said with a straight face, it's probably best that you don't know. Like, it just came out of him like that. Like, and he knows that I've been wanting to find this out for so long. And I was standing up too. I remember I was standing up and I was looking at him. Like, I was silent because I was just like kind of shocked, because he was so supportive of me trying to find out, and then this came out, and I wasn't even mad at him. I was just shocked. And he knows me, right? Like, he knows I'm a very emotional person. So either way, whether I am related to this person or whether I'm not, I'm going to be very emotional about it, because that's a big part of my life that I've been searching for, right? And from the sense that I have been operating life, I hate how I just said that, how I've been operating through, like how I've been going through life without a biological dad. It's like, yes, I have been sad about that. I have always wanted to know the other half of me, right? And for those who don't know, my biological mom and I are not close. Like, we don't talk. She didn't raise me, all that stuff. So even though I'm still in my maternal family, you know, I'm not there's no connection there. And I've always wanted to know, like, okay, well, who's the other person that made me, right? I've always had that question, and throughout my entire life I would go through cycles in life where I would get like kind of sad, like, dang, like I see people with their dads or father figures and stuff like that, and they're happy, you know, they have structure, they have a male figure that can help them with life and stuff like that, and I just was like, I don't even know who my other half is. And but I can honestly say that how I turned out in life in absence of a father, you know, I may be a little bit emotional because I didn't have that male role or whatever, you know, whatever the case, I still turned out to be, I think, a good person, you know. And when Demarcus, going back to that conversation with Demarcus, or D as y'all know him, I literally had to sit on that. I literally was just like marinating on that, because I was just like, what? Like, you know, I was just like, wait a minute. And so the next day I was like, maybe you're right. Like, every time that I get so close to trying to figure out, something happens, right? I don't know if that's God intervening. I don't know, because it seemed like every single time. And I met, like I said, I met this person in person, face to face, and to me, I don't think that there was any resemblance. He's super tall, like he was over 6 foot. I'm 5'3", and like there was no like similarities and stuff like that, but not basing anything off of that, but it just seemed like every single time it just came to that point to do the test, it was never, like, it never came through. And this has been years. So I had decided, I was like, you know what, I can't get answers from one person. Then that one person did admit that they didn't even know who the potential father is. All I have are these dog tags. Every time I try to do the test, it doesn't seem to go through. And so I was just like, if I did find out, either way, like, would things change in my life? You know, yes, if it came back that I was related to this person and I have a whole new family, would I be walking into a new set of problems? Would they accept me? Would they embrace me? Because of the situation at that time, you know, I was conceived during a weird time in that man's life. So I would have been like, you know, I would have been that baby like, wait, what? There's a new baby and you're still, yeah, y'all. Yeah. Or if I found out that I wasn't, that would be, if I wasn't related to this person, that would have been another like disappointment for me, more reason to have resentment in my heart, and yada yada yada. So I was like, I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to look back. I've been navigating my life thus far, and yes, it has pained me to the point where I'm just like, I just want to know. But then not knowing, it has slowed my life down because I've allowed it. But I still became a person to try to achieve great things and stuff like that, try to be a good person, yada yada yada, you know. And so the individual that I was supposed to do the test with, he was actually contacting me like through text, and I was kind of ignoring him. And then that day that I told Demarcus that I'm not going to do it, I just got the balls and I texted him because I was going to be afraid of how he was going to receive it, you know. And so I was like, hey, you know, I no longer wish to pursue this. I do not want to do the siblingship DNA test, and you know, I hope you can understand that. And so he was actually like, no, I understand, it's your life. You know, you gotta do what's best for you. And y'all, when I tell you that, it was such a weight lifted off of me. It was like more like a burden. I felt good. I felt so relieved. I felt like I didn't feel as tense. I felt like one chapter of my life has been closed. And I'm saying on camera that I am okay not ever finding out who my dad is. I'm okay with that. Even though for me that has pained me my whole life. And I know a lot of y'all are like in the same situation. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm the only one. I know that there are so many people out here in my shoes, or even worse. And for me, I kind of wish when I was younger I had someone like in this situation so that I could turn to get strength from. And that's the only reason why I'm on here, is because I know that somebody's gonna come across this video and they can relate to what I'm saying, and they can get the strength to like either make a decision to move on or to figure out, and just know that it will be all right either way, you know, whatever you decide to do. So I just, you know, I just feel like that was the best decision, because ever since I made that decision back in January, I felt good about that. There have been so many things in my life that have slowed me down, and I don't know if I have PTSD, but there have been certain events or certain things in my life that I dwell on, okay? And it's like, why me? Why is this happening? Why won't they help me? Why, like, and now it's like I'm forced. God is forcing me to sit down and work through these areas. And me having that relief and that stress lifted off of me was to me a sign. You don't need to know. What are you stressing out for? You gonna worry about this until you're old and gray? Like, you gonna let this hold you back from what you gotta do in your life? Because that's what I do. I'm that person where I've let certain situations, I've let certain things and certain people, I have let things prevent me from going full force or full throttle or whatever in my life. I'm adult to admit that. I have no shame in that. Like, so anyone who's trying to figure me out that's met me in person, like, I know y'all see potential in me and all that stuff, but I'm just putting it out there. Like, there are certain things in my life that I am finally working through, and this being one of them, that I have allowed to slow me down. And ever since I separated the military, because in the military, work was a way to distract me from working through things to help me elevate in life, right? Work was such a distraction. The military was a distraction. Even though the military was good for me, like it helped me to transition into this, the military was also a distraction for me to where I was not working on those things that prevented me from elevating to my fullest potential. And it takes a strong person to just even admit that in general, not even on camera, but just like if you know that there are things in your life that prevent you from moving forward and you address it, that's strength right there. And like I said, ever since I left the military, this and along with other things, God has really sat me down and has forced me to really do the internal work. Okay, so, and if you guys want me to kind of talk about those things, Not on this platform, on my platform, on Bree Ewing. I do have my own channel if you are new. If you guys want me to do a little bit more of a deep dive so that you guys can probably take something from me, let me know in the comments, because I do feel like God wants to use me as a source of light for anyone who has gone through some of the things that I've been through in my life, so that they can know that you could have a crappy situation or situations or things that have messed with you mentally and emotionally, and you could still be a decent person in this world. You don't have to use those things as an excuse to destroy people, because I don't think people really understand, like, there are a lot of people who have gone through things and you keep picking with people and then, like, you don't know what can make them snap, you know. And I have become a person, like, all those things that happened to me in my past, to include this, to not shape me into a bad person. I now am at the point where I actually honor the things that I went through. I honor them because it has made me into the person I am today. So if you want me to talk more about that on Bree Ewing's channel, please comment below. Okay, so back onto this. So ever since I closed the door to finding my biological dad, whoever he is, you know, hey, if you ever come across this video, what's up? Like, I don't even know, I don't know. It's gone. I don't think about it. I don't feel no type of way about it. However, though, I decided this. I want to know more about my ancestry, right? I don't know one ancestry on one side, and then I've asked questions about where we came from on, like, my maternal side, and, like, the people from my past, and, like, or, you know, my lineage, or I don't really get a lot of answers there. So it's like, okay, what if I did, like, an ancestry, like, .com type thing, or what is it, 23andMe? Like, you know, I want to know what is in me, like, what's in my blood. Of course, I'm African American, Black American, you know, whatever, but I want to know the roots, because that's interesting. That I'm intrigued by that, right? I'm so intrigued by, I don't, who is that? Who is that? I'm so intrigued by, like, where I come from. You know, like, have any of y'all done that? Like, have y'all ever, like, did a ancestry background? Because of course, like, us Black people, we can't trace our roots. A lot of us cannot trace our roots. We don't know we have, like, kings and queens in our blood. Like, I'm pretty sure we do, but we would never know because there's a chunk of our history that's just gone. And I want to figure that out. So maybe this will be a continuation of me figuring out, like, what makes me, like, what DNA do I have? Where do I come from? Like, is it certain parts of Africa? Is it certain parts of, like, the Caribbean islands? Like, I don't know. Some people, my grandma, like, when I was younger, my grandma used to say I probably had, like, this is gonna sound weird, I don't know if y'all can see it, but part Asian in me, because she was like, the shape of my eyes are not like the shape of most of my family members. And I'm not saying that I'm Asian, but she was like, your eyes are a little bit more, like, narrow than everybody else's. So I don't know, like, you never know. But I don't know, my grandma and, like, a few others said that. But anyways, I think I want to do that. Of course, like, I talk to my man about any and everything, and, like, he's on board with whatever I want to do, right? I don't know, maybe I'll talk him into doing it with me, or maybe I'll just keep this on Latoya finding her roots, maybe, I don't know. But if you are in for the ride, comment below, because I'm interested. Also too, I've heard people who have done that, they'll be like, oh, don't do it, like, they sell your DNA. Like, do they do that? Do they really sell your DNA if you do, like, one of those, like, ancestry, like, DNA type things? Because I don't know, I don't want my DNA sold. Like, that don't sound fun. But anyways, I think I want to do that. So even though I may have closed the door to finding my daddy, whoever he is, you know, hey, you know, I thank him for creating me. I don't know, and I probably do have some of his traits, and you know, I don't know. I don't know. I've closed that door and I haven't looked back. I just wanted to share that with y'all because I don't want y'all to think that I just kind of left y'all high and dry. It's just, there were too many signs there, and I think I did make the right decision. No, I know I made the right decision because my heart is good and it's in a good place. I have not hurt over it and stuff like that, but now I want to know what makes up me. So I guess to be continued. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you are new, and wish me luck on this journey. And oh yeah, please comment below if you've done this. Please comment below if you've done this and what your experience was like, because I don't even know what to expect. But all right, y'all, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.